Well, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a great day. I would say a great Tuesday, but I don't know when you're listening. So just a good morning, noon, or night. Hope it's a bright, shiny, golden, sparkly day for you. And if it's not, maybe this conversation will be, but I don't want to set your expectations too high because, sometimes I do that for myself and it can be a crapshoot from there. So I just hope you get a little sliver of your day that is kind to you. And maybe I wouldn't hate if this episode is that for you. Because it's such a great conversation today, guys. It is truly a shiny, lovely, beautiful conversation. I think I could say this for every interview, but there are so many other questions I wish I could have asked Rachel, but I loved our conversation for what it was. It was so interesting, went into different paths than I would have ever anticipated, but it was lovely, beautiful. So maybe you can get something out of the episode and maybe not. Like maybe it's just a fun conversation for you to overhear, and that would be even cool for me if that was the case. So I can't wait to welcome this week's guest. It's Rachel Nagle. Woo! Clap, cheer, clap, 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 clap. So honored to have another one on the Audrey's World guest list. So welcome, Rachel. Welcome, listeners, to this week's conversation. Without further ado, here we go.
Hey, it's so good to see you.
I know, it's good to see you.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I feel like everything's kind of the same
Yeah.
over with me, but like, how are you?
Actually really great. Like everything is really good. Well, today is like exceptionally great because I extended 2 hours, got them accepted, and I'm like, yes. And this is
Good.
a knockout week because I've been working some
And it's
positions.
only Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. And it's also my husband's birthday, which I completely forgot about. And I was like, yeah, next Tuesday works great.
Yeah.
But I'm like, go to the gym for
Yeah.
a couple hours. Just
Have
kidding.
a night to yourself, honey.
Take whatever you want. Yeah, so
Oh, that's funny.
everything's good. I'm
Oh my
excited
gosh.
to do this.
Good. Oh my gosh, I know.
And I wore my Elizabeth Holmes turtleneck just for you. I was like, I have to also.
I
It's
kind
the
of have
framing.
this. If I button it up, should I be in a yellow turtleneck too to match?
We'll just be like covering all of the bases.
Okay, I'll do it. Let me do my little quick outfit adjust.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I feel like I'm really into turtlenecks lately, side note, and I feel like an Amish woman sometimes, but I
Turtlenecks
don't know.
are honestly like where it's at. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
if because I'm naturally cold. So give me something that covers all of me and I'm fine
Mhm.
with that. Like if I could wear like a full onesie with a turtleneck off it, I would
I
be into
know.
it. But
Well, what are your thoughts on caftans? Because aren't caftans kind of like they usually go up? Like I feel like they're having a moment.
I feel like caftans are like a classier muumuu, but we may be talking about the same thing.
No,
Love
yeah,
them. Thank you.
yeah.
Give me one piece of clothing all day, every day. I love sundresses in the summer. I love like, yes, I want to
Hmm.
wear as few pieces of clothing that are still,
Full
because I'm
coverage.
cold. Yeah. And like
Hmm.
that I love a caftan. I love it.
Yeah.
It's flowy. They normally have incredible patterns. Like,
Hmm.
yes, give me the
Hmm.
roper all day, every day. So
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I feel like they're low key coming back, and I got one last summer, but I didn't have any weddings or anything for it. But I was like, I got it midsummer, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I'll like find something to wear it
Yeah.
with. And it's like this hot pink, like it's kind of a lot, and there's some fringe on the bottom of
I
it
love
too
it.
that was like taller than me because I
I
mean,
love
I'm not like a giant. I'm not very tall. So I was like, I don't know, maybe we got to workshop that and
it.
figure it out for this summer. But maybe I'm just saying caftans are where it's at because I just want to give myself an excuse to wear it.
I feel like you don't ever need an excuse to wear it because it will always look fabulous. And it, like, I stand behind that 100% because they're so effortlessly chic. Does that make
Mhm.
sense? Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
I feel like they're flattering on everybody. You can accessorize it. You can just wear it with a pair of flops. You can just wear it as a cover up. You can wear it out to dinner. Like, it
Hmm.
works across the board. I love a caftan. I love it.
Rachel, number one hype girl. All I
I
need.
I
Great.
will type a caftan all day, every day. I have one I don't even know if it's like technically a caftan, but and I don't know if you guys have these. I don't know if this is like a singular store or if maybe they're nationwide, but I want to say that it's called like Recollect or something like that, and it's like free people, anthropology, like all of those different, it's like past seasons, or
Hmm.
if like the item was worn once for a photo shoot, it's those like sample sizes, and it's just this
Yeah.
massive warehouse. You get them for super cheap. Like it'll tell you, like, yes, it was worn by this person for this photo shoot, and then like we never put this one into circulation.
Oh,
And I got one that is like a rainbow sequins, like, but almost like a mermaidy rainbow. It's like very
hell
pastel
yeah.
on like a cream colored, I don't know, almost like a gauze.
Yeah.
And I wear it literally every opportunity I
Oh my
get.
God, I love that.
So
Holy
being,
shit.
yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
I will hype a caftan up and down the street all day.
I love it. Those
Yeah.
stores, though, like we need to get more of those types of stores. Those are the
Right.
best.
Yeah, I love it, and I mean, it's always kind of I don't know. I feel like I'm like rummaging through things. It almost feels like a rummage sale, but I'm like,
Yeah.
but I'm also paying pretty much the exact same money if I were to buy this retail. So
Mhm.
what difference does it make? But yeah, I'm into it.
Oh,
I'm
the
into
girls like treasure hunting. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a treasure hunter. I love thrifting. I love like yeah. So
Yeah.
bring it on. Yeah,
It's the best.
absolutely.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Oh my God. Well, tell me about work. So are you liking what you're doing now? It seems like it.
Yeah, I am. It took me a while to get to feeling like how I do now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I
Well,
guess
it's been 2 months.
it's
Like,
been since October,
oh.
so a little bit longer than that. Yeah. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know, October to November, December,
Like
5 months.
5 months? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is wild. And it- it's interesting. Like I, for the entire time I've ever been in the industry, I was like, I'm never going to recruit. I'm never going to recruit. I don't want to recruit. I don't want to do that because I think that the only exposure I had to it was in a very competitive sense. And I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to push something on somebody. I'm not a cold caller. I'm not anything like that. And I don't even know if what I'm doing is like the traditional sense of being a recruiter, but we're working with people that are applying to the company. So I'm not having to really like source candidates, which I probably will have to do once things calm down. But there was a lot of imposter syndrome, I think, for probably like 2.5 months, like at least half
Yeah.
of the time that I've been there. Because I was learning something new.
Mm-hmm.
Even having been in the industry for so long, it was just a skill set that I'd never really had to exercise. And um, I, and then when you start being successful, you're like, wait, or is this just like a lucky break, like beginner's
Right.
luck, or am I really capable of doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, I've started to get past that and really understand that I am capable and I do know what I'm doing, and I need to trust myself a little bit more
Yeah.
because I'm, I don't, this isn't like tooting my own horn, but I am being successful. Like this
Yeah.
week has proven it. And there are really tough positions that I work sometimes, but, everything that I learned from working at Advanced RPO and then Advanced Clinical has helped me to become more confident having conversations with hiring
Yeah.
managers and then also engaging with candidates, which I love. Like, I love being able to interact with people, which wasn't
Mm-hmm.
something that I really got to do as frequently when I was in that talent delivery space. So
Yeah.
it's a breath of fresh air. It's new, exciting, and I think the most rewarding part is like being able to prove to myself that I can do
Yeah.
it and not just like stay safe and, being able to take a leap of faith and land on my feet. So that's really cool.
I'm so happy for you,
Yeah.
Rachel. That's amazing. And I'm so happy because, yeah, you can like use some of those skills and things. I mean, that's kind of a little bit how I felt going into the PM role. It was like, oh God,
Yeah.
like, do I know what I'm doing? Like these
Right.
candidates, like, what? Why am I the one interviewing them? Like,
Right.
ugh. But yeah, you like pick up skills along the way where you're like, No, I've done like my own screening or like I know what to look out for. Maybe I'm not like the pro in this very niche, very specific,
Yeah,
like, industry and role, but I love that you were able to prove to yourself and you're seeing that now. And yes, there are so many things that like you had to learn either about yourself or like about the company, the roles, like all of that, which
the
will
entire
take time.
industry. Because
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, it seems like it's been a good little like challenge and something new. So
it,
that's incredible.
yeah. And also I think I'm naturally curious no matter what. So
Yeah.
I always love just like learning new things, whether it's dumb, useless trivia or like a hobby or whatever. And being thrown completely into an industry that I know nothing about, like did not speak the language, and seeing what I'm now comfortable with that I would have never been comfortable with 3 months ago is a lot of fun. It's just,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's
Good.
nice to kind of like grow your brain that way. So yeah, I'm happy that I did it. I miss everybody desperately. I mean, I still talk to some of our coworkers, but it's fun. It's cool. I like it a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I mean, first of all of us just want to see everyone succeed and like enjoy what they're doing. So like I'm glad, whatever. I'm glad you're still talking to people. And I feel like you wouldn't talk to people who would not think that
Yeah.
about you or
Of course.
something. But um, I love that you are able to be more like candidate facing because I feel like, yeah, that's so you. Like just to learn about them, learn about that side of things and like shoot the shit a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's so Rachel.
Like 100%. And I mean, like we're still dealing with the same sort of hiccups, right? The same sort of challenges. Like we deal with a completely different subset of fraudulent candidates, right? And
Oh,
so
mm-hmm.
it's that's definitely always a challenge, but being able to have a conversation with a candidate, even just like a preliminary screen, and being able to talk to them conversationally, and it's cool to have those sort of icebreaker moments, but also be able to talk to people about their
Mm-hmm.
experience and what they think that they can bring to the table, and allowing them that opportunity
Yes.
to not sell themselves but almost be like a little bit braggy. And I think that that's fun. I think that that's really
Mm-hmm.
great. People love talking about themselves. If there's no other truth in the entire world,
Mm-hmm.
give anybody an opportunity to talk about themselves, they're going to take it, they're going to run with it. And it's just fun. It's interesting. I'm learning so much about people's different quirks and people's different behavioral patterns, and what excites people to talk about and what doesn't. And taking that and applying it with every new conversation I have is just, yeah, it's super rewarding.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when you can when I'm doing interviews like get those icebreakers or things because at first no matter what people are nervous for an interview to some degree. So I love when I can just like somehow crack a joke and get them to laugh
Mhm.
or something talking about something as mundane as the weather and like, caring about them and showing that I want to like bring them to ease and then giving them an opportunity to brag about their career because I don't know if you're finding this, but I feel like on anyone's resume, you never get the full picture of them and it's so much easier to really understand what they're doing through having those conversations. So it's just a better opportunity to see them and know their highlights than just like, oh, I think she'll be really great at this role because she has 5 years of this experience, like whatever bullshit
Yeah,
that
like they know Python, or like I don't even know. Like I'm
yeah.
like, okay, cool, that's a snake as far as I'm concerned. No,
Yeah.
it's turns out it's like a programming language. And I the conversations that I'm having with candidates are so much more I think more of like a vibe check instead of like,
Mhm.
well, it says on your resume that you know this, that, and the other, and it's not as technical. Like it's really that opening first, or like human connection before
Almost like
we
is it
really
like a
get
cultural
into
fit more than
it.
anything?
It is, yeah. And
Oh, that's the best.
yeah, and it's like it's so much fun, and I get to be like, cool, this is what we can offer you if we get to an offer stage, but also like talk to me about what your working style looks like. Like where do you see yourself thriving? And it's interesting to see how people view themselves versus what my impression is and allow them to explain something like that because I think that when in a hiring like situation, that's really important to understand where they feel like they can succeed and what sort of management style they like, as opposed to just are they qualified. I think one of the most fascinating parts of it is allowing them to explain that to me and seeing and taking that and then applying it to whether or not they really would be a good culture fit. But yeah,
Yeah.
was
Those are my favorite questions. I was getting so excited because I feel like I never get to talk to anyone about that, but like those are the best questions. I love, and it sounds like in your examples too, you know the environment that they're getting into. So it's like, girl, I gotta be honest. Or like in your head, you're like,
Mhm.
girl, this is
Yeah,
not going to work. And it's out of my love for you that like I'm not putting you through this because in 3 months we'll be
yeah.
searching for a new job. Like I love the cultural questions and like,
It's
yeah.
it's wonderful. And also to be able to have that honest conversation with somebody and just
Mhm,
say, listen, like under any other circumstances, you would be a shoe-in, but I just don't know that this is the right atmosphere. If you know what, because we are a startup and
mhm,
that takes a lot of it takes a lot of confidence. You have to be really comfortable with that ambiguity and that you have to be able to be flexible. And so anybody that answers like, I like process, I like step-by-step instructions, I like, you know, bureaucracy, I like all of that. I'm like, this is not going to work out. And I'm happy that we got that out of the way now,
mhm.
as opposed to wasting your time.
I'm so proud of you. That's
Yeah, thank
amazing.
you.
But how did you get into the like recruiting, hiring industry?
Um, Honestly, it was kind of a fluke, and I feel like my entire professional career has been kind of a fluke. Full disclosure, I went to school thinking that I was going to be the next Samantha Brown. I was like, put me on television, let me travel all over the world. I want to have cocktails and stay in fancy hotels and like
Mhm,
work on the Travel Channel. And so I went to school for communication studies in Wilmington and got my minor in social psych. So I was like, I love talking to people. I love engaging. I love interpersonal communication. And then graduated and I was like, I don't think I want to do that. I
mm,
don't want to be in so much of like a fishbowl, I guess. It just
mm,
wasn't really what I saw for the rest of my life. So I started bartending and I was like, you know what? I want steady income. I want to be able to know that like I'm able to pay my rent at the end of the month or
for
without
real.
having to pick up like 9 shifts. And a girl that went to school with my brother reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I just saw that you graduated. Would you ever be interested in recruiting?" And I was like, "Yeah, probably not. Like, I don't want to do sales." But she was like, "Okay, well, what about like a coordination role?" Which is more admin based. And I was like, I can do that. You know, I
Mhm,
can push papers, I can type, I can do whatever. I'm super organized. And I worked for this really small company, and the woman who was at that company started working for Triworth at the
mhm.
time. And she poached me and brought me over. And right after I started, Triworth turned into Advanced RPO. And yeah, and then from there it went to Advanced Clinical, and here I am. And I was with Advanced Group as a whole for almost 10 years.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and like literally best decision I ever made was moving to Advanced RPO because I would not have met Rebecca, who I now work with. I would have
Right.
never met you. I would have never had any of the experience to learn and grow the way that I did. So
Yeah.
like
Okay.
and I'm not blowing smoke. Like I owe every part of like my professional success to your parents essentially.
Dude. No.
I mean,
No.
yeah, a little bit. Like I had no idea what I was doing. I maybe like 9 months under my belt of like running background checks. And then
Wow.
yeah, Advanced RPO took a gamble with me and I had to prove that I was worth holding on to a few times.
Mhm.
And thank God that I did because yeah, it helped me to realize a lot of different successes in my life.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that happened. But I do feel like, to your original point, I feel like everyone gets into recruiting as such a fluke. Like it is
Mhm.
the one like no one ever sets themselves
Uh-huh.
out to go into, but
Yeah.
somehow you end up here.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I'm glad it's worked out the way it has for you, and that's been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it truly, I think you're right that nobody ever is like, I want to be a recruiter when I grow up.
Mhm.
They just sort of happen into it, and then it
Hooked.
gets your claws into your, and here we are. So, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I think every different part of it is lends itself to the other cogs in the wheel, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's cool just knowing how it works from the inside. And if you never experienced it, you would have no idea, and you can't really ever explain it to anybody properly.
Right.
I don't get
No.
it.
Like it's so interesting, but like everyone's like, but it's just hiring people. And it's like, no,
But it's
you
not.
have like 16 different types of employees that you first have to figure out and deal with.
Mhm.
Then, if you're working in either different countries, that's just a slew of things in itself. Then, just trying to get the hiring, like to get a hiring manager to make a decision, it can take months.
Mhm.
Like all
And
the
then you have
candidates you're pulling, like it's such a like in all the different employment models and things. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I never thought I would find any joy or excitement or interest in any of it. But yeah, here I am getting
well,
excited over cultural fit questions.
yeah, but like you grew up around it, so I'm sure that you had a completely different perspective before getting into like your career in the professional world, right?
Yeah. Oh, I
And
hated it. I never wanted to go into it. I never wanted to be my parents. I wanted to be a nurse. And then then I had like a in college a like a shadow nursing opportunity, and I was like this is not for me. So then I just kind of had to scramble and find some jobs along the way, but I even up until I started with advanced, I was like, this is going to be a short term thing. Like, I'm not trying to be my parents at all. And it's been 5 years. So
yeah,
here I am.
that's wild. I think something that I think I've said this to you before, but if I haven't, it's really important for me to be able to say this to you that I think it's really neat and mature of you how much you've separated yourself from your parents, even being within essentially the same company. But I would have, under any circumstances, I would have never known that you had any, that like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, you're not a Nepo baby. Does that make sense? It,
Thank
like,
you. Because I tell all my friends I'm a Nepo baby. And
I feel like you're not. I feel like you are clearly so qualified and able to do the work that you do that and you distance yourself from it. It's not like you work directly for your parents. You know, you picked a different business, and I think that that's really impressive. I think it's really mature. So
thank you.
I uh
That was the
I
one
give
thing
you
that
one of these.
I appreciate it. And no, it really means a lot because I didn't want to be that way. I mean, there are a lot of children of people in senior leadership who work at our company in some way or another, and I didn't want to be another one of those kids.
Mhm.
So, I mean, first of all, my mom goes by her maiden name, so that's a huge plus, and not too many people on our side of the fence know my dad, so like I really can be incognito in a lot of ways, which is what I wanted. And I worked for a CRO before. Like I worked in this side of things, so it wouldn't make sense to like work for my parents' side. So like I mean I kind of had that for me, but I appreciate it
Yeah,
because
and
I don't always maybe feel that way. So thank you.
well, I mean, I think that you're one of the most capable, smartest women that I've ever had the pleasure of getting to work with. And so, yeah, I think that you've earned every single success that you've had. I would have never in a million years known that Pam, I mean, I guess I would have put two and two together with last name wise with Tim. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And your mom's a powerhouse too. So I guess it runs in the family.
Oh my God. It's hard to take that compliment, but thank you. I will say thank you
Yeah.
and we will keep it at that.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Well,
Rachel, one thing that I really love about you and just through kind of passing conversations is you value work in a different way than maybe a lot of people collectively look at work, or I feel like you just have a different perception of what you want out of it and what you place the value in with your job. So will you tell the listeners like what that philosophy is for you and where you put your value in work?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, this is a statement that I've made over and over and over again. Like, I'm not motivated by money. I want to feel fulfilled in what I'm doing. I want to see that I'm making a difference, but I'm not trying to climb a corporate ladder. That just doesn't do it for me. Um, I want to be able to collaborate with people. And I guess that's maybe why I'm enjoying what I'm doing now so much.
Yeah.
But it's it's a teamwork. And I think that if we all just kind of took a step back and maybe stopped trying to chase success so much, we would be a little bit happier in where we are present day instead of always looking to the future. And it's important to look to the future. That I'm not saying that that's not important, that people should stop trying to better themselves career-wise or push themselves to get to the next step, but I want to do my work and I want to do it well. I don't want to constantly be searching and clawing and thinking, how does this benefit me? So that's kind of my philosophy.
I
I don't
love that.
like anything. I
Was
don't.
that something that like I guess when you said, I'm looking to be fulfilled in what I'm doing, who I'm working with and things and like yeah, climbing that corporate ladder. I mean, how many times have you heard, "Oh my God, I got to where I was aiming for 10 years and then it was kind of really shitty
Yeah,
actually," or like I didn't feel the way I thought I would feel. So I guess that I'll call it your philosophy. Did that come from hearing that story, or was it just something that you were kind of like, that's bullshit? Like, I know I maybe don't want those sort of things for myself. So, like, this is just what I'll take into consideration.
I think maybe it just came as me being like, that's bullshit because I like to
Yeah.
have fun. I want to have
Yeah.
fun. I want to work hard, but I want to play hard. And I want to be able to turn off at the end of the day and say, cool, I'm going to focus on my crafts. I'm going to focus on my plants. I'm going to do this and that. And I, for me, as long as I'm comfortable, that is a happy place for me. I don't need to live I'm not impressed by the shiny things. Yes, I'm like a magpie by nature. I want all of the shiny things, but I don't care how much it costs, right? Like
Yeah.
I like a thrift store bangle as much as I love like a Cartier bracelet.
Yeah.
Um I'm not driven by the financial, or I guess the dollar sign luxuries. I want to be able to feel happy inside. I want to do things that make me happy instead of chasing what I think will make me happy. Like
Yeah.
being very present instead of where I see myself in 5 years, 10 years on a yacht in it. Yeah, I want to be
Yeah.
happy now instead of trying to get to happy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just staying rooted in like, yeah, the reality and it's like, oh no, this is what's making me feel good now. Is it this thrifted bangle that I, did my little treasure hunt for
Yeah,
and like that
totally.
was the dopamine hit for the day? Or was it like this $50 bottle of wine that I'm like crushing tonight? Like, yeah.
Both of those are fabulous, and I love it, and I want all of it, and I want to wear my thrift store bangle while I drink a $50 bottle of wine. And, yeah, I think, there's honestly like life is so short, so enjoy it now.
Hmm.
And that has been made very, very clear to me. I mean, just in the past, I guess like 5 or 6 years. And maybe I think that that really honed my philosophy. Just going through the loss of both my parents and a number of other people in my life and being like, today is what we have.
Hmm.
So don't borrow stress from the future. It's important to really focus on what you have like right now and be appreciative of it because you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
And if you don't take advantage of the opportunities that you have to do today, then they might not come around again. And I want to be able to say, like, I've enjoyed every single day of my life instead of well, I wish that like I had made it to this level, or like, yeah, that's not important to me. It's not,
Yeah.
as long as my bills are paid, as long as I'm fed, as long as I
Yeah.
can like get my nails done and do
Yeah.
whatever, like, yeah, I'm good.
I hate that it does take sometimes like those
Mhm.
tragedies or, like those big shifts in perspective to have that to really appreciate those things. But unfortunately, I feel like sometimes it is that where it's like, oh shit, yeah, today means something. Like it's not just another day. Like, I have
Yeah.
to value what's
Hmm.
happening today, even if it's a random Tuesday.
Yeah. It's exactly. And it's not to get like not to make this like morbid or anything like that, but a very good friend of mine, his father just passed away,
Mm.
and like his father had been sick, and I said to him, I said, it's really important that you spend this time now, like do it, because you can't get it back. You're going to miss it so much more when you don't have that option than being like, well, I had other plans, but I guess I'll like go and have dinner with my dad. It's like, do that, do it,
Hmm.
and enjoy it. And because you don't get to do it again. So you know what? If you have the opportunity to go, I don't know, jump off a dock today, do it. If you want
Yeah.
to, do it. Do what you want to do, not what you think you have to do or what will impress everybody else or what society tells you you have to do. Like,
Hmm.
excuse me, but like, fuck that. That's dumb.
Fuck
We're
that.
all like slaves to the influence of what everybody tells us we should be doing or should be wearing or should be whatever. Like, if you don't like it, then don't like it.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it, don't do it unless it's
Yeah.
to hurt other people. So don't do that.
No, that's so true. I mean, to take this in like a different direction too, completely, but I feel like lately, especially the past week-ish, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just whatever's on my algorithm is like what I'm thinking everyone else is doing or whatever, but like it's just my algorithm. Like your algorithm is different and it's telling you maybe some different things or whatever. And like, I don't know, I'm starting to realize that, yeah, maybe those pressures or things that I'm getting from scrolling because, I love to rot and just scroll in those ways.
We
That
all
I'm
do.
like, why am I putting pressure on myself to like feel like I need to buy XYZ or feel like I need to have, do whatever. It's like I don't even know if that's so silly. It's so stupid. What the fuck? Like
Yeah,
if
no.
I want to wear the buttoned up yellow
Yes.
whatever this is, I'll
I'm
wear it. If no one else is, who
gonna
cares?
wear a hot pink caftan. And I
Yeah.
don't care if it's just to go down and get the newspaper. Like that's what I'm going to do. And I
Mhm.
think it's fabulous. I'm I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's just like growing up and being more comfortable with myself. And being like, I just want to be fun. I just want to have fun. I
Yeah.
want to I want to just live it for me. And not in like a selfish, self-serving sort of way, but in a way that makes me feel happy and fulfilled so
Mhm.
that I think that that radiates. I think that
Yeah.
is that sort of happiness and comfort is contagious. Um,
Mhm.
and really it's really interesting to see how other people respond to that, especially when it's like a subtle confidence of being like, I'm not doing this for anybody other than myself. And I think people really pick up on it in a subconscious sort of way and
Definitely. Oh
like it.
my
Yeah.
God. Well,
So
I
that's,
knew Rachel was my role model going into this, but like, oh my God, even more now. I love that. I'm definitely going to like take that with me. I mean, I feel like I've been trying to tell that to myself a lot, but hearing it from others makes it want to sink in a little
yeah.
bit more.
Yeah. Spend the money. I mean, do it. I've gotten like I have this like new hobby and I'm like on this warpath to save all of the plants from like the scratch and dent section,
Mm,
like the clearance aisles, like the
love it.
ones that like everybody's given up on. I'm like, no, I'm gonna take you home. You're gonna be my little project. I'm gonna
Hmm.
watch you bloom. I'm going to like nurture you and care for you. It really has no leaves on it. Like I'm gonna make it happen. And it's it's been it's Audrey, I'm not joking. Like it's been like the greatest hobby I think I've ever picked up. I
Good.
love it so much. Um, and it's fun to like, I don't know, brag about, not brag about, but like, yeah, I started like a gardening
We're
Slack
talking.
channel. Like,
Hell yeah.
do this. Yeah. And like
Good.
the birding channel. I'm like, I'm such a nerd, but I'm fully embracing and like digging into my like, I'm living for everything I want to live for right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Good. Also, like adults need more hobbies. We don't just need to, I mean, I get other people have like smaller kids or things that, take a little bit more time out of their day where maybe they can't have that. But like there's more to life than catching up on Netflix shows, on scrolling your phone. Like get a hobby, use your hands, get off a screen. Like
Yes.
it does so
Crap,
much for you.
right?
It's so fulfilling. Yeah.
The grip, like realize that what we see on the screen is not a reflection of us. It's a
No.
reflection of what everybody else is telling us we should be. And
Yeah.
that like make being able to see that differentiation of being like, this is not what I want. Like this is, I don't know. And um
Good.
everybody's trying to sell us something because they're
Yeah.
all just preying on our insecurities.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it just comes with time, comes with, I don't know,
Right.
just not getting
Yeah,
it.
thank God I'm like 30 and seeing these things and not like 15, but that's a whole other can of worms that I won't even get into,
Uh,
but I'm glad to be where I am right now. But I have a question for you.
yes.
Can you tell me about how you and Pat met?
It's the most uninteresting story in the entire world, Bumble. But
Okay, fine. But you made the first move though, so you go, girl.
and, interestingly enough, I had been in a relationship for like 6 years before that, and it was super toxic. It was awful. But I had given myself a few months, maybe like 6 months, to be like, I don't ever want to like see a man ever again. Like I
Yeah.
am good. Like put me in a commune. I'm
Hmm.
I'm done. And then I was like, you know what? It might be fun. Maybe just go out on a couple dates. And he was like the first person, I mean, not the first person, but one of the first conversations that I started. And we had lunch the next day, and it was all over from there.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's so cute.
yeah.
The
Uh-huh.
immediate date, like right the next day. Look at you go.
I like made all the moves. I was like, here's my number. You can text me if you want to. Like, I don't want to do this back and forth bullshit through Bumble. But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he had like I guess like a couple other dates set up, and he canceled them after our lunch date. And yeah, it's
Aw.
here we are. Yeah. I guess like that was 2018. So 8 years later.
Wow. Oh my
Wild.
gosh. And how would you like describe your life together now? I mean, you're like still smiling so much talking about it. Like
Yeah.
it's so cute to see.
Um, life is life. I
Right.
love it, but it's definitely a struggle. I mean, as you know, we are full-time parents to his children from his previous marriage, um, which comes with its own struggles. I mean, they're teenagers, right? Like
Yeah.
teenagers are going to be teenagers, and but I can say with like my whole heart that they are genuinely some of the best kids that I've ever had the pleasure to get to know. It's an interesting dynamic being a stepmom, especially a stepmom to older children, when their bio mom is not in the picture any longer. So it's fun. It's always something. It's
Yeah.
always an adventure. Like it's whether, it's their first car, teaching them to drive, going to these volleyball tournaments, or right now Dylan's on his senior trip, and so
Oh my
doing
gosh.
college planning. And it's weird for me because I'm like, am I qualified to be helping them with this? Because I don't think that I have anything figured out, but
Yeah.
um somehow we make it work. And
Hmm.
I think as long as we're able to laugh at the end of the day, that's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
We definitely take time to prioritize for us, which I think is huge and I can't speak for any other relationship other than our relationship.
Hmm.
Making sure that we prioritize staying connected one on one instead of just looking at it from like, okay, you have this today, I have this today, but being able to like no, we're going to carve out time for ourselves. We're going to go on a date. We're going to go on a trip together. We're going to do this. And then we can do things collectively as a family. But,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I mean, maybe in some ways I'm like, oh, it's probably nice that the kids are a little bit older and you can get to know them and like I mean that yes, they're teenagers, so they're still going through stuff and they're that's like that in its own is its own, really difficult time to like get in and be a part of their lives and things too. But I know you've been there for like 8 years with them, but I don't know, that's fun. But being a stepmom, like I was going to ask, do you even call yourself a stepmom? Like,
I do. But I mean, they call me Rachel.
yeah.
I think the timing of how our lives came together was really interesting and had such a huge impact on our dynamic. I mean, they were older, like 10 or 8 and 11
I was
when,
going to say maybe like fourth
yeah,
grade-ish. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So they were just coming into very that very specific time in their lives, right? And it's such a weird age, right? Because you're trying to figure out where your place is just in society and in the world as a whole, but also still trying to figure out who you are. And then you're dealing with hormones and these emotions and peers and all of this stuff, and like having to really kind of grow up. And they were dealt a really shitty hand. They had to experience a lot of really hard moments at such a young age, and to be what some so when their mom passed away, we I think everybody should be in therapy. I think everybody should be in therapy
Yeah.
all the time. Like going back, people love talking about themselves. Go ahead, go to therapy.
Yeah.
I think
Do it in therapy.
everybody should be in therapy. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's available. Use it, practice it, be your best self. Like, get your mind right, or try to at
Yeah.
least. Um, so we had a conversation with their therapist, and I don't care if you keep this in, it wouldn't be, but their therapist said to me, well, you're mom now. And I said, but I'm not.
Hmm.
Like they had a mom, and then she will always be their mom. I
Hmm.
can be me, and I can be a positive female role model in their lives, but I think that it's doing everybody a disservice if I try to take on a role that was filled by somebody so important in their life. And
Yeah.
my role can be very different. My role can be who I am, and it can still be positive. It can still be nurturing. It can still be all of the wonderful things that they need because they're at that age. But I think that it's insulting to say that I'm mom now, because I'm not.
Hmm.
Their mom will always be their mom.
Yeah.
I can
What
be
did the therapist say to that? Were they like, yeah, or did they have some disdain?
she did not take kindly to it.
I think we're hearing more and more of that though, with either if your parents are divorced, separated, whatever they're not together anymore. I think that everyone, from what I hear, I don't know this from experience, but like, yeah, their original parents are who they see as mom and dad. And like, that's whatever that means to them, whatever that relationship is, like, that's very sacred to everyone, no matter what. So, yeah,
Right.
I think it is, you know, maybe a little bit more of a modern approach to like
Yeah.
coming in and being that step parent. But like, I agree, you don't want to, if I were in that situation, I wouldn't want to be mom now. Like, yeah, like I'll be the best that I can. I'll take on whatever you need me to, but like their mom is a different person.
And I think it's, there's every dynamic is so different, and it's
Yeah.
so unique, and it's influenced by so many different factors that are either in our control or out of our control. But it would have, I think our dynamic would be completely different if I had met them when they were like 3 and 2, right?
Yeah.
If I had been a part of their lives their entire, or if I'd met them now, our dynamic would have been completely
Yeah.
different, right? So it's hard to say what worked and what didn't work because I have no frame of reference
Hmm.
aside from what I've lived. But it was it's really important for me to continue to honor who their mother was and who she was in their lives and not try to diminish any of that because that's part of them.
Well, I appreciate the insight. And yeah, I mean, I do just think it's interesting, like coming into a new relationship and then being a stepmom. Like sometimes, I mean, I don't know if that's something you were looking for, but I mean, it turned out well. Like, look what it's given you. How
It was,
amazing.
I mean, not that I would change any of it in a million years, but
Right. Yeah.
I had been pretty steadfast, like did not want kids, didn't want to do the whole mom. I love being an aunt. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I love being an aunt, but I also like being able to give them back at the end of the day and say, this one belongs to you. It's crying, it's messy, it's whatever.
Hmm.
I gotta go.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Go, yeah, treasure hunt and feed my cats, whatever. But um it's it's an experience that I wouldn't pass up again. I don't know.
Yeah. I love
I
that.
think everything just kind of happens the way that it happens, and there's a way that we can all look at it, and we either love it, we hate it, we accept it, we learn from it, whatever. But
Hmm.
that's your own personal journey, and I'm trying to take the approach of saying, well, all right, let's just keep on going. Let's
Yeah.
just, yeah,
Work with what we got. Like,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, the more I'm learning personally, like the more that I try to say no or try to control something or try to just, either act like it's not happening or whatever, like it just makes it worse. So yeah, accept it, let's run with it, work with what we got,
But also
whatever.
manifest the things that you want. Like
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm like fully into this is something my mom said my entire life, and she was like, the universe responds to your expectations. Like
Mm,
if you expect something bad to happen, it's probably going to happen because you're going to go through you're subconsciously going to make all of these little things happen, and then all of a
yeah,
sudden it blows up. And you're like, well, I knew that it was going to be terrible. But if you just have a positive outlook, I guess, and just be a good person and good
for
things are
sure.
going to happen to you, right? Like, isn't that just kind of the bottom line? Just, it's nice to be nice. It's nice
Yeah,
to, yeah,
yeah.
be okay
Wait, do
with
you
it.
do any like woo-woo things? Like,
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I fully believe in like energy and the woo.
yeah.
Yes, I'm into
Hmm.
it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
mean, I think there's weird coincidences that happen in my life all the time, and
Hmm.
whether it really is the woo that I want to attribute to it or if it's not, but it's kind of fun to
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
fun to
I'm
believe.
obsessed. That's why I ask. I have a little like Palo Santo thing over there. I have my crystals over there. I do like full moon and new moon shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm up the woo-woo's ass. Like it is
Okay,
crazy.
cool. Then we're gonna vibe so much on that. Yes, I'm fully into it. And like, but like weird, Audrey, when I'm telling you, like weird things happen all the time, and I'm like, this cannot possibly just be
Yeah.
like a fluke. I'm like really into like my tarot, and now I'm into like my natal chart and
Yes, 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 yes.
my sun, my moon, my ascending, all of my planets in my houses. I'm into it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm like 100% sure that my parents are like because you can't destroy energy, right? Like if you
Orchestrating,
yeah,
helping.
if you really think about it scientifically, right? If because we're both smart women.
Hmm.
Look at things scientifically. You can't destroy energy.
Right.
So,
Right.
energy, we are just bundles of energy as we are right now.
Hmm.
When somebody dies or passes, like that energy has to go somewhere.
Exactly.
And whether it just disperses, but all of that energy has to link up somewhere. And so maybe when weird stuff happens, it's energy from a billion different people coming to,
Hmm.
but it's still, you can't
Hmm.
destroy energy. So what happens?
Yeah. And you want to know what I think is just crazy too? Is like all these like animals have different senses, but they're senses that we don't have. Like they're outside of our like things like, like the energy is somewhere in the field and it's just maybe a sense that we don't have, but it's
Yeah,
still there. So yeah, I think about that side of it. Or like that's how I think about it too.
100%. There's intuition.
Yeah.
There is something that we can definitely tap into. And my mom used to talk about this. I mean, there's always like that women's intuition,
Yeah.
right? And my mom would always talk about, I don't even know if this is real. I don't know if she made this up. She says it's from a book that she read. Oh, I know the book. I don't think that it's even in there. I've Googled it a few times, but she calls it the tribe of the six-sided woman. So like there's definitely a woman's intuition, but these are all women that like understand other women and advocate for each other. And I think that that's something that really needs to be promoted across the board, no matter what, not even in a woo woo sense. Like women need
Mhm.
to start advocating for each other and start lifting each other up. And men need to do it also. It's not just a woman on woman sort of thing, but it's because people's brains are just hardwired to pick up on like spidey senses. Like if
Yeah.
something doesn't feel right, if something does feel right, if
Hmm.
you think that somebody's going to be your friend or that you can reach out to somebody for help or like whatever. Yeah, I think that there are definitely senses that we don't exercise enough that we should.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. I love it.
sorry. That
It's
was
so
weird. That was like a weird tangent, but I'm into it.
no. It's what I need to hear. It's what
Yeah,
I want to hear.
yeah,
And no, I love it. I love it. I love these conversations because they go in so many different directions. And like, I mean, I always come in with a few notes, but I never end up like doing any of them. So then I feel like I'm editing or I'm doing like I'll say post-production work. And I'm like, I wish I would have asked this. But then it's like, but no, this conversation was so like juicy and so what it needed to be like it whatever like I can interview them another time and maybe ask those questions like who
yeah.
cares.
The follow up.
Right,
It's
right.
throwback. Yeah. It's yeah, it's always fun to just dig in and let things happen organically. Let it
Yeah,
unfold.
yeah,
Hmm.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, well, I have one question for you before I want to hear about like your dream world and things,
Yeah.
but one question I was truly dying to know coming into today is I want you to rank these activities. I want
Okay.
you to rank bowling,
Okay.
Jeopardy slash trivia, and reading. I feel like if I was, thinking about Rachel and what I know about her like life, I feel like those are three hobbies that she is always doing to some degree. So I feel like it would be very hard for her to rank them. And I just wanted to maybe challenge her a little bit today.
Yeah. Um, that is 100% really hard for me to do. I feel like this isn't fair to whatever comes in third, but I'll
You
give you
love
just
them all equally.
I do, and I love them all for very different reasons, but I am going to put reading first because I just love to read. I think it's good to exercise your brain. I love diving into a story and getting lost in it, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, whatever, like a how to, I'm into it. Um, and then I'm going to put Jeopardy and trivia because it's fun, it's competitive, and then I can take whatever I read and be like, I know that answer, I know that answer, I
Yeah.
know that answer. And then I'm going to put bowling, but I'm loath to say that because I love bowling and I love bowling for so many different reasons. It just happened in my life like all of the sudden, like out of nowhere, and here we are, and I actually got like one of my best scores the other night. So I'm
Congrats.
um but it's I I feel like I might be on the tail end of my bowling right now. I might like need to take a break from it because I feel
Hmm.
like I'm burning out and I feel like it's not I'm not having as much fun with it as I used to. I don't know. Can all of them be number one?
Yeah, they're number one in your heart. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, this is called Audrey's World, and I like to call it that because I kind of want to make it a little like daydreamy. Like, I want to step away from reality for a little bit because let's face it, life is hard. Like, life is not always fun, interesting, or just something we want to dip into. So, considering that, I like to let's like daydream a little bit, but I want to hear from you first. Do you like to daydream? Is that something you find yourself doing? Like, what's your relationship to it?
I love it. I love to play pretend. I like to be silly. I like to imagine all
Mhm.
of the wonderful things. I wish I had more grandiose daydreams. But I think, we're just prone to becoming more realistic as we get older. But I love a good dream. I love a good escapism moment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is. I feel like it. in some ways is like keeps us going, but keeps us creative too, because yeah, you're like imagining either what life could be like or just like, oh, like their life seems fun because of X, Y, and Z. So then I feel like, you're daydreaming about how your life could look like that or, whatever it might be. So yeah, I think for me, I mean, I think it's fun and I feel like I do it maybe more than like real thinking some days.
That's fine. That's good. It's really good. It prevents
Oh,
wrinkles, I think.
I hope so. I
I'm
hope
going to
so.
manifest that. I'm going to manifest that daydreams prevent wrinkles.
Hell yeah. That's my new tagline. Oh my God. So what are you daydreaming of? Like, what's your daydream consist of these days?
What doesn't it consist of these days? I mean, whether it's like I want to live in a hobbit hole and be surrounded by like little trinkets and cozy plush
Mhm.
pillows and moody lighting and all of the good cozy stuff, to running like an animal sanctuary and I don't know, cuddling with raccoons all day,
Yeah.
or going on wonderful, lovely vacations and living in the lap of luxury and
Hmm.
being, I don't know, so extra and
Yeah.
all of that. But um yeah, I think just like happiness and being content and loving every aspect of my life, and my cat still being around because he's 18 and I'm
Yeah.
afraid that he's not
Yeah.
going away. But yeah, I just want I think like if I were to like think about like my perfect world, it would be just more kindness and happiness. I
For
think that
sure.
that's kind of really realistic or on the nose for
Hmm.
where we are as a society and a world right now. But yeah, I just want to
Hmm.
have fun and I want to
Hmm.
be surrounded by beautiful things. And I kind of want to like live in like a fairy world.
I was just going to say, I was like, so is like Rachel a fairy? Like, I love that. But
I
no,
want,
it's so, I know, I would want to be a fairy
yeah,
too, just like living in a flower. I don't know, that sounds pretty fun.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
but
I don't know. I want to. I think that we lose our whimsy, right? I want to get back to that. I want to get back to having fun and seeing wonder and magic and in everything. But why not like
yeah,
be
yeah.
fantastical about things and think fantastically about them? So
Hmm. I
what else?
want for everyone. I feel like a lot of guests come on, especially like, and it's like, I just want kindness. I just want people to be happy. Like at the end of the day, I think people genuinely, even though maybe we have different views of what happiness looks like or different views of kindness or whatever, but it is really reassuring that time and time again, that's a consistent theme and it is truly what we want. And I think that whatever. We will get there one way or another. It will be probably messy as hell, but I think we will get there. But I do think along the ride, like we can't control all those different things. We can't control people, different factors. So yeah, make your day today happy. If you got to daydream a little bit about what life as a fairy would be, or making
Yeah,
your own reality just a little whimsier, or, just like, I don't know, taking up a new hobby because it's making you happy, like, please do that because we
yeah.
need more of that along the way because I think that's how we'll get to that like kinder place. Like, you got to be kind to yourself and enjoy what you're doing, but
But
it will
you got
take
to
some
be kind
time.
to yourself. Like that, I think is like the number one
Yeah.
takeaway is I wish that people were more kind to themselves. And um, I I hope that this doesn't come off as like a soapbox, but I feel like, I mean, having a 16-year-old woman living, a young lady living in the house with me, and I watch how susceptible she and younger generations are to that, I guess, like negative think about themselves. And I'm like, you are beautiful. Like, you are so smart. You are so capable. You are so beautiful. And like, trust that in yourself.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that it's manifesting, not man, but like, it's,
Right.
I don't know. I want them to just be nice to themselves. I want people to be nice to each other. I think that's a really easy answer right now because we're kind of surrounded by doom and gloom and
Mhm.
negative news and all that. But
Yeah.
be be happy and be kind to the
Hmm.
people around you. Like
But
if
you
you
bring
don't
up
like
such a good point. If I could have a magic wand to like make teenage girls see the good in them, can you imagine how great our world would be? Like,
I mean, right?
that would be some insane magic wand because wow, it's still taking me 15 almost 20 years later to like remove that shit from my head. But like,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, I
been
keep telling
like
myself and
40
like,
years. I have
yeah,
no, we all have this like negative talk track
hmm,
that goes on in our heads. And I don't think that it's just singularly females. I think
no,
it is across the board.
for sure.
But I, I just want them to be happy with this. I want the confidence, right? To say, cool, if you don't like it, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
But it's what I like. It's how I want to be. And I
Hmm.
don't need to change myself or impress you or get your validation.
For sure. For
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, because that's unfortunately not our reality and like fuck, that sucks. Like, let's be honest.
Promoting it. And I think that
Yeah.
it's also incumbent on the women who are raising these girls and who
Mm,
are setting the example to say, be you and embrace it and love it and care for it and, you know,
yeah.
water it, watch it
Nurture
grow,
it. Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
We'll get there one day.
we will.
But because
With you,
it's not our reality,
yes.
um, maybe a way to like ease in a little bit. Do you have a small win that you want to celebrate to just say like, "Oh my gosh, I did this. I'm proud of me," or like, "This is some good news today."
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously work is going really well, but I do
Yeah.
actually have a visual representation, okay, of a small win. So orchids, okay, so I told you like my new passion project is
Yes.
saving plants from the brink of death. Orchids are notoriously really, really hard to take care of.
Finicky.
I my husband found three potted orchids literally left on the curb in Philly for the trash man to come and pick up. And he said, I know you like a challenge. Don't get your hopes up, but I brought these home for you. And I had just the maybe a day or two before that saw a woman that removed all of the substrate and just decided to put them into water to see what happens.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I can't wait. Rachel, shut up.
I swear to God.
Oh
So yeah,
my God.
I know. It had nothing on it. It was like just it was nothing. So
What, how did it start? Also,
it,
how would you describe that to people who are listening? I need to be mindful of
sorry.
that.
So it's orchid. It's a moth orchid. If you want to look up the specific,
Google it.
yeah, Google whatever exactly what it is. But it had no stem on it. But it once I removed all of like the old nasty free potting mix or whatever that it
Yeah.
was in and just placed it in water and like kept that water fresh and gave it good light and
Oh
just
my
kind of
God.
told it that it is going to be beautiful and it was once beautiful, but it can be beautiful again and it can just grow and live and thrive and do all of the things that it wants to do. I got three new blooms on it.
Holy shit.
So
You're
yeah,
amazing. Look at
yeah.
you go.
This is my like big huge win of
Huge win.
probably like my life. Like I
Yeah.
don't know how this happened. I've killed so many orchids in the past, but this is really cool. So I like
So beautiful. So amazing. What a
it. Such a great
win.
task and yeah, see it all the time.
I love
So
it. I
yeah.
love it. Well, not only are you like so inspiring, you're so smart. I got a lot of new perspective in my life today, but and now you've saved orchids like Rachel. Oh my God, this is an amazing interview.
But yeah,
I need
it's
updates.
it's such a it's so fascinating to watch a plant come back. So I'm really into it.
I feel like I've been talking about this a lot to like people in my life lately, so they're probably sick of it. But I feel like anymore, like in my job and in life in general, I don't see a lot of like progress being made. Like, I'm not saying I want to be in construction, but I would love the like gratification of saying, oh my God, today we did like 8 rows of concrete or, like whatever it is. So I love hobbies like painting or like things like that where I can see the progress. So I feel like that is just a great hobby. And because you can get the validation and see the work that you've done to get the bloom. Oh, like
Yeah, the
satisfaction.
gratification that comes from it is head and shoulders above probably anything that I will ever do professionally because I mean, it. it is not like parenting by any means, but it's like you have to care for something and there's nuance and there's trial and error and I'm learning it for myself, but I'm also watching like too many YouTube videos about what sort of like soil mixture alocasia is like. And I'm like, I'm now it's all clogging up my hard drive up here, but more trivia. So if I'm ever on Jeopardy and they ask me what sort of substrate we need to grow something, I'll be like,
You got it. Locked
that.
in.
Yeah.
Locked
Yeah.
in.
So always be learning. Always. Everything is
Always
a
be
learning
learning.
opportunity.
I agree.
But yeah,
I agree. Oh my God.
say what
Rachel,
you
I
will.
could seriously talk to you forever. But it means so much that you took time out of your day and thanks for saying yes to this.
The pleasure is 1000% all mine. It's so great to see you and catch up and don't be a stranger. Let's do it again.
Oh my God. I know, for sure. For sure. And that was the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I really want to know what you think. But I know for me, it was just really great to capture little glimpses of Rachel, to hear her wisdom. Like I said, she is so smart, so interesting, so thoughtful, so just like, I mean, she knows so much with all of her trivia knowledge. Guys, when we would work together, Rachel's trivia knowledge, anytime we would do that for like a little icebreaker or something, Rachel was winning. Like, she's on top of it. So if you're in the Philly area and need someone on your trivia team, you might want to reach out to Rachel. Or if you need an extra for bowling, I mean, she might be stepping away from those days, but she might be someone you call. Fun fact that I did not bring up during the conversation, which was probably in my best interest, and I'm glad I didn't, but just so you all know, Rachel has her own bowling ball. That's how committed to the bit she is. So, you know, there's that, which I love about Rachel. Like, get the ball, get the shoes, get all the things you need to be successful in your hobbies because we all need them as adults. Maybe we all don't have the most time for them, but I would encourage you at some point, pick up a hobby, try some new things, challenge yourself a little bit because it'll be fun. It'll be fun. You'll learn something and don't take it so seriously. Like, you don't need to be the best at your bowling team. You don't need to be the best at your paint by number. And that's that. So maybe that's a little Audrey wisdom for you. I will get off that soapbox. Sorry that I was on it for a little bit, but thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this podcast and taking time out of your day to listen. It genuinely means a lot. So XOXO. But if you would like to continue to support more, share this with your friends. Send the episode to people that you think that would like it. Post it on social media. Like, I don't know, that could be cool. I'm on Apple, I'm on Spotify, I'm on iHeartRadio, and YouTube. So on any of those platforms that you're listening or watching, you can like, rate, subscribe, or follow on those. And I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. So, I don't just rot on those. I post content too sometimes. So you can follow me at Audrey's World and get some more behind the scene clips, get to know the guest a little bit more and get to know me a little bit more. And a little fun thing, like, I don't know, if you guys want to take me up on it, LMK, shoot me a DM, but do you want to be a guest? Do you know someone who you think would be a great guest? Let me know. Holla at your girl. That'd be cool. I think that'd be great. So just keep that in the back of your mind if you're thinking about it. So that's all I got for you today. I'll see you next Tuesday. But so until then, love ya. Bye.